Konnichiwa mina. Hello everybody, in this video I will be doing One Piece chapter 1125. So if you guys would like to see more of these types of videos from me, definitely subscribe down below. So let's get started. So the name of the chapter is What Constitutes Death? And then we have the cover page of Honi Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 13. Hoden's castle is to be rebuilt, but Minatomo, the carpenter, is missing. So we see Yamato and like a bunch of workers. So that's cool. Now going on to the actual chapter. So we see Rob Lucci and Kaku. So the people are asking, hey, where is Studzy? And then Rob Lucci basically confirms that Studzy passed away in action. So I guess it is confirmed that Studzy is no more. So then we cut back to the Gorosei ship with Saturn. And then he says, with York Punk Records and the power station in hand, we have secured access to the Eternal Mother Flame. That result would have been more than adequate if we had one crucial hiccup. So they found the Mother Flame. And then we cut back to the rest of the Gorosei saying, we are terribly sorry, sir. Like we failed. Even with our grand Buster Call fleet, 9 of us vice admirals couldn't get the job done. Please give us leave to pursue Elbath. So basically the Gorosei have confirmed to Saturn that they have failed on their mission. And then Saturn is like, no, forget Elbath. The failure to which I refer is far more dire. Allowing Vegapunk's message to play was an unexpected disaster. So, the more dire is going to make a lot more sense as we get further into the chapter. Not to mention the Iron Giant surfacing to aid the pirates' escape. It's ironic, really. And then roughly 200 years ago, so they're doing a flashback 200 years ago. But Saint Saturn, we've already received orders to scrap it. I will take responsibility should this be uncovered. Now do as I bid and study it thoroughly. This is the future. I am certain it will ultimately prove to be a great asset to the military might. So, so definitely keep that in mind, that the Iron Giant was ordered to be scrapped. And they didn't do that. So then we see Saturn saying it remained dormant for 200 years, and yet it clearly moved to protect Straw Hat Luffy. So basically, Saturn is saying that this Iron Giant has remained dormant for 200 years. So leaving a giant dormant for 200 years is the same thing as scrapping it in Saturn's eyes, which he's going to pay a pretty big price for that. And then we cut back to Vice Admiral Doberman. And basically he says, Saint Saturn, as a humble and loyal soldier of the government, I have one question weighing on my mind. You said allowing Vegapunk's message to get out was a failure. Does that imply there was some truth behind his remarks? And then, of course, Saturn, with the mean look on his face, and I'm guessing he punches Doberman like in the face, and he lands flat on his back. So they say, we need a medic, slap one of them awake, Vice Admiral. So, I guess Saturn slapped Doberman, I'm guessing. And then we cut back to inside the lab, and we see York. The factory is going haywire. And then we see York pointing her pew pew. It must be Hedison that, that darn fool. We can't just roll over and we in the Fabrostratum could he. So then we see York shooting her pew pew. And then she shoots it at the Egghead Tower factory, I'm guessing. Yeah, so I'm guessing York, she's thinking that Hedison is still there, but he's not there. He is at Punk Records. And then we cut back to the Mary Gorosei. Yeah, and then we cut back to the authority room, and then we see a Gorosei that has his hair shaped like a moon. And he says, "New orders have been bestowed upon us." New orders from which they are saying Garling. So I'm guessing that's Garling, the guy with the crescent moon hair. "Tread lightly, you forget yourself." And then we see Ethan. And then we see Garling saying that the Vegapunk known as York shall henceforth be under my purview. So I'm guessing York is going to be the target. As I was just named the new defense science warrior god. And then we also see the Star Gorosei. Oh, yeah. So we see another picture of Garling. So Garling. So we see him looking like a star, but his hair looks like a crescent moon. So, it looks like he's probably the second in command underneath Saturn. And then we see Saturn. So he's like grabbing his throat like this. And then the rest of the Gorosei is all like, "Where's the medics? We need the medics." Like what's going on and stuff like that. And then we see a pillow of black smoke coming from Saturn's like mouth. Saint Saturn, tell us, what should we do? Yeah, so we see Saturn like life is leaving him. So so he looks like he's passing away. And then the rest of the Gorosei is all like, what the heck is going on? Like, why is Saturn like having smoke coming out of his throat, and he's clenching his throat. And then we see kinda, we kind of see the Renegon of So everybody's like, Imusama. And then we see saying, "Saturn, Joy Boy was behind that escape, and you allow that to happen." And then we see Saturn saying, "Have mercy," and how could I anticipate the power foiling us? And then we see the Gorosei ship. And then we see, I think that's some of the Marines, and then I guess some of the Gorosei being pushed back by this black smoke. And then we see Saturn's skull. So Saturn is no more. So, and then we see one of the Marines shocked, like, "What, a skeleton?" So, yeah, Saturn is no more. So they're not, like, immortal after all. They are not. So then we cut back to Egghead. Looks like we weren't able to move to Labostratum, so more Egghead shenanigans. And then we cut back to Koala. Yeah, so then we cut back to Sabo, and then we see Ivankov. So we see Ivankov talking about the giant structures, which is created by a bunch of slaves 700 years ago. Yeah, and then we cut back to Dragon. We get a nice shot of Dragon, and he's saying we must hurry and achieve victory for our cause before the people of the world get rid of each other and secure inhabitable land. Yeah, that is the end of the chapter. Just wow. That is like an insane chapter. So, my thoughts, where to start. Like, Eam does not mess around. Not at all. Like, my guess is like, Eam is all like, I told you to get rid of the Iron Giant. That's strike one. Like, I told you to capture Bonnie. That is strike two. And then, you let the Straw Hats leave. I guess that's the third option. Like, so you let the Straw Hats leave. You didn't get rid of the Iron Giant like I told you, and you let Bonnie escape. So 3 strikes, you're out. And Saturn, since you are second in line as far as like the Korosei goes, I'm just gonna get rid of you from the inside out. And it's like, yeah, that is crazy. And then it also goes back to the Crescent Moon Korosei Garling. So my guess is, since he's next after Saturn, something tells me Eam is going to put some new orders on him. And then if he doesn't follow those orders, I think he's next to go. So, yeah. Eam, don't mess with Eam. Like, you either do what he say and you better succeed, or there's going to be some consequences. Because, yeah, Saturn definitely suffered some consequences, that's for sure. And Garling, he's definitely going to be next to go. And then, then the next person, then the next person. So something tells me, like, this is just my guess, like, I suppose. I think Eam is going to get rid of all the Gorosei. Like the way that's looking. But that's just my opinion. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this video down below. And also, yeah, what do you think of Eam? Not a nice person, like in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time. Matane.